The Amazon rainforest is one of Earth's most extraordinary natural wonders, a sprawling ancient wilderness that stretches across 9 South American countries, forming a living tapestry of life and complexity. Its sheer size is almost beyond comprehension, covering over 5.5 million square kilometers, an area so vast it generates its own weather systems and influences climates thousands of miles away. The Amazon is a sanctuary for life in all its forms, harboring more biodiversity than any other terrestrial ecosystem on the planet. Within its emerald depths, an estimated 10% of all known species thrive, from the microscopic to the monumental. Here, the smallest insects, some yet to be named by science, share their world with apex predators like the elusive jaguar, each playing a vital role in the intricate web of life. The air pulses with a symphony of life, the rhythmic drumming of rain on leaves, the haunting calls of distant birds, and the constant hum of insects, all weaving together the rainforest's living soundtrack. This is not merely a forest, but a dynamic, breathing organism, its trees and plants exhaling oxygen, its soils and waters cycling nutrients, sustaining life on a global scale. The statistics that define the Amazon are staggering, each number a testament to its ecological significance. Imagine a forest containing nearly 400 billion individual trees, representing over 16,000 distinct species, each one a pillar in the architecture of this living cathedral. This dense, unbroken canopy forms a protective shield, regulating temperature and humidity, and providing shelter for countless creatures below. Beneath this verdant roof, a labyrinth of life unfolds, where sunlight filters through layers of leaves, nurturing a world of perpetual growth and decay. The Amazon's rivers and flooded forests are home to over 2,200 species of fish, many found nowhere else on Earth. Over 1,300 species of birds fill the skies and branches, from the thunderous wing beats of macaws to the delicate songs of antbirds hidden in the undergrowth. 427 species of mammals roam these forests and rivers, each adapted to survive in a world of constant competition and opportunity. Hundreds of reptiles and amphibians, from the stealthy caiman to the brilliantly colored tree frogs, have evolved remarkable strategies to thrive in this humid, ever-changing environment. Every species, from the slow-moving sloth to the lightning-fast predator, has carved out a niche, contributing to a delicate balance that has persisted for millennia. The Amazon is a living testament to nature's ingenuity, a place where life has diversified into an astonishing array of forms, each interdependent and vital. At the heart of this ecosystem lies the Amazon River, a colossal artery that nourishes the land and sustains its inhabitants. Though not the longest river on Earth, the Amazon carries more water than any other, its seasonal floods sculpting the landscape and dictating the rhythms of life for countless species. Its thousands of tributaries form a vast network, connecting distant corners of the rainforest and pulsing with the energy of life. Beneath the surface, the aquatic world is as rich and mysterious as the forest above, inhabited by giants, predators, and a dazzling array of fish. The river conceals its own dangers, hidden currents, lurking predators, and ever-shifting channels that challenge even the most adapted creatures. The Amazon's influence extends far beyond its borders, shaping weather patterns, rainfall, and even the air we breathe. Often called the lungs of the planet, the Amazon's billions of trees release vast quantities of oxygen, supporting life across the globe. The forest acts as a massive carbon sink, absorbing and storing immense amounts of carbon dioxide, helping to stabilize the Earth's climate and slow the pace of global warming. The health of the Amazon is inseparable from the health of our planet, its fate intertwined with the future of all life on Earth. It is a realm of breathtaking beauty and staggering diversity, where every moment reveals new wonders and every corner teems with life. To truly understand the Amazon, is to appreciate its complexity and resilience, a living masterpiece that must be protected so its wonders may endure and inspire for generations yet to come. In the Amazon, every day is a relentless contest for survival, where only the most skilled and powerful creatures endure. Here, the food web is a complex tapestry, and at its very peak stand the apex predators, animals so perfectly adapted that they have no natural enemies, only rivals. These apex predators are the ultimate hunters, each one a master of its own domain, shaping the ecosystem through their presence and their power. The jaguar, the black caiman, and the green anaconda, each is a living embodiment of evolutionary perfection, their senses honed, their bodies built for stealth, strength, and sudden violence. The jaguar, largest of the New World cats, is a solitary phantom of the forest. Its rosette-patterned coat is more than beautiful. It's a cloak of invisibility, breaking up its outline in the shifting light and shadow. Every movement is calculated, every step silent. The jaguar's padded paws allow it to move undetected, even through dense undergrowth, as it stalks capybaras, peccaries, and even caimans. It is a master of ambush, waiting motionless for the perfect moment to strike, often leaping from cover with explosive speed. The jaguar's bite is legendary. Its jaws are the most powerful of any big cat, capable of piercing turtle shells and crushing skulls with a single devastating bite. Unlike other big cats, the jaguar often kills by biting directly through the skull, targeting the brain, a swift, efficient end for its prey. In the rivers and flooded forests, the black caiman reigns supreme. This ancient reptile is a shadow in the water, its armored body perfectly adapted for stealth and ambush. Growing up to 20 feet long and weighing over 1,000 pounds, the black caiman is the largest predator in the Amazon's waterways. Its dark, rugged skin blends seamlessly with the muddy water, making it nearly invisible to fish, birds, and mammals that come to drink. The black caiman is the ultimate ambush predator, able to remain motionless for hours, conserving energy until the perfect opportunity arises. When it strikes, its jaws clamp down with a force of up to 3,700 pounds per square inch, enough to shatter bone and immobilize even the largest prey. The caiman's diet is as varied as the forest itself. Fish, birds, mammals, and even other reptiles fall victim to its ambushes. Its dominance in the water is unchallenged, save for the rare encounter with a jaguar. The green anaconda, the heaviest snake on Earth, is a silent giant of the flooded forest. It spends most of its life in water, where its immense size is supported by buoyancy. Reaching lengths of up to 30 feet and weighing over 550 pounds, the anaconda is a living relic of a prehistoric world. Its mottled green and brown skin is perfect camouflage among aquatic plants and muddy water, allowing it to approach prey unseen. The anaconda is a patient hunter, lying in wait for hours, sometimes days, for the right moment to strike. When it attacks, it seizes its victim with lightning speed, wrapping its powerful coils around the animal and squeezing with relentless force. The pressure is so intense that it stops the flow of blood and air, causing a swift and silent death. The anaconda then swallows its prey whole, sometimes taking hours to finish a meal. This snake can hold its breath for up to 45 minutes, waiting unseen beneath the surface for the next opportunity. Together, these three apex predators form a delicate balance at the top of the Amazon's food chain. Each one controls different prey populations, preventing any single species from overwhelming the ecosystem. Their presence shapes the behavior of countless other animals, from the smallest fish to the largest mammals, creating a ripple effect that maintains the health and diversity of the rainforest. A thriving population of apex predators is a sign of a robust, functioning wilderness, one where every creature, from the tiniest insect to the mightiest jaguar, has its place. Jaguars are surprisingly adept swimmers, often hunting fish, turtles, and even caimans in the water their powerful limbs propelling them with ease. The black caiman glides silently through the waterways, ever watchful, while the anaconda waits perfectly still for the vibrations of a passing animal. In this fierce and beautiful arena, the jaguar, the black caiman, and the green anaconda are the ultimate expressions of nature's power. Each one a marvel of adaptation, each one a guardian of the Amazon's wild heart. The rivers of the Amazon are not merely waterways, they are the lifeblood of the rainforest, forming a vast, intricate network that sustains an astonishing array of aquatic and semi-aquatic life. These dynamic channels pulse with biodiversity, supporting creatures that have evolved remarkable adaptations to survive in this ever-changing environment. Among the river's most impressive residents is the pirarucu, the world's largest freshwater fish. This ancient titan can reach lengths of up to 10 feet and tip the scales at nearly 500 pounds, its armored scales glinting beneath the surface. The pirarucu's most extraordinary trait is its ability to breathe air. Every 15 to 20 minutes it must rise to the surface, gulping air with a resonant sound that ripples across the still waters, a vital adaptation for surviving in oxygen-poor backwaters. This adaptation allows the pirarucu to thrive in stagnant, murky waters where few other large fish can survive, making it a dominant predator in its domain. As a formidable hunter, the pirarucu uses a powerful suction force to engulf unsuspecting fish and even small animals, its cavernous mouth snapping shut with astonishing speed. Sharing these waters are the infamous piranhas, whose presence is both feared and misunderstood. These fish are a vital part of the river's ecosystem, playing roles as both predators and scavengers. The red-bellied piranha, with its razor-sharp teeth and muscular jaws, is perhaps the most iconic. Its reputation for ferocity is well earned, though often exaggerated. Piranhas are social hunters, often moving in schools of 20 to 30 individuals. This group behavior allows them to overwhelm prey and defend against larger predators. Their interlocking teeth are perfectly designed for shearing flesh, enabling them to strip prey with remarkable efficiency. This dental adaptation is a product of millions of years of evolution. While attacks on large animals are rare, their coordinated hunting is a marvel of natural strategy, allowing them to exploit fleeting opportunities in the river's fast-paced food web. In moments of abundance, piranhas can enter a feeding frenzy, their rapid movements churning the water as they consume prey with astonishing speed and precision. Yet piranhas are also crucial scavengers, cleaning the rivers by consuming dead or dying animals. This role helps maintain the delicate balance of the aquatic ecosystem. Above the water, the anhinga, often called the snakebird, prowls the riverbanks. With its slender neck and sharp beak, it is a master of stealth and precision. The anhinga's hunting technique is unique. It glides silently beneath the surface, its body submerged and only its neck visible, mimicking the movement of a snake as it searches for prey. Unlike most water birds, the anhinga's feathers are not fully waterproof. This allows it to sink easily and maneuver gracefully underwater, stalking fish with minimal resistance. With a sudden thrust, the anhinga spears fish with its dagger-like beak, diving to depths of up to 20 feet. Its speed and accuracy make it a formidable predator. The anhinga's hunting success rate is impressive, with nearly 60% of its dives resulting in a catch, a testament to its specialized skills. After hunting, the anhinga must dry its feathers in the sun, spreading its wings wide in a classic pose along the riverbanks, a vital ritual before it can take flight again. The Amazon's rivers are also home to the giant otter, the largest of all otter species. These sleek mammals are perfectly adapted for life in the water, with webbed feet and streamlined bodies. Giant otters are highly social, living in tight-knit family groups. Their constant vocalizations help maintain group cohesion and warn of potential threats. These otters are expert hunters, working together to corral and capture fish. Their teamwork and communication are essential for success in the river's complex environment. During the rainy season, when the rivers swell and fish disperse into flooded forests, the otter's cooperative strategies become even more critical for finding food. Groups of up to 20 otters can be seen herding fish into shallow waters, using coordinated movements to trap their prey and ensure a successful hunt. Their playful interactions and strong family bonds are a hallmark of their species, making the giant otter a charismatic ambassador for the Amazon's vibrant river life. Beneath the surface, the riverbed is alive with activity. Aquatic plants provide shelter for countless small fish, amphibians, and invertebrates, each playing a role in the intricate web of life. The Amazon's rivers are also home to the electric eel, a remarkable predator capable of generating powerful electric shocks to stun prey and deter rivals. This adaptation is crucial for survival in the often turbid waters. Freshwater stingrays, with their flat bodies and cryptic coloration, glide silently along the riverbed. Their venomous barbs offer protection from predators, while their keen senses help them locate hidden prey. The enigmatic Amazon river dolphin, or boto, navigates the labyrinth of flooded forests with ease. Its flexible neck and keen echolocation allow it to hunt fish in the tangled underwater world. Turtles are a common sight, basking on sunlit logs or gliding through the water. They play a vital role in dispersing seeds and maintaining the health of the river ecosystem. Lurking at the water's edge, caimans wait patiently for the cover of darkness to hunt. As apex predators, they help regulate populations of fish and other aquatic animals. As dusk falls, the river transforms. Mist rises from the surface, and the chorus of nocturnal creatures begins. Life in the Amazon's mighty rivers is a constant dance of adaptation, survival, and interdependence, a testament to the resilience and complexity of nature's fiercest arena. High above the forest floor, a separate world exists in the canopy of the Amazon rainforest. Here, sunlight filters through a living mosaic of leaves, dappling the air with shifting patterns of gold and green. The treetops form a vast, interconnected network, a living roof that stretches as far as the eye can see. This dense layer of leaves and branches, stretching between 100 and 165 feet in the air, is where the majority of the forest's life is found. The canopy is not just a ceiling, but a labyrinth of microhabitats, each crevice, knot, and cluster of leaves offering shelter and sustenance to a multitude of creatures. It's a sun-drenched, vibrant realm, home to about 50% of all species in the Amazon. Here, the air is thick with the hum of insects, the flutter of wings, and the rustle of countless animals moving through the foliage. Epiphytes, plants that grow on other plants, cling to branches, their roots dangling in the humid air, drawing moisture from the mist and rain. One of its most famous residents is the sloth, an animal known for its incredibly slow and deliberate pace of life. The sloth's shaggy fur is perfectly adapted to the moist, shaded world of the canopy, providing camouflage among the mosses and lichens that thrive in the humid air. Moving at a mere 0.15 miles per hour, the sloth conserves energy from its low-nutrient diet of leaves. Its limbs, long and curved, are designed for a life spent suspended, rarely touching the ground below. Its digestion is so slow that it can take up to 30 days to process a single meal. This unhurried metabolism is a perfect match for the treetop world, where patience and stealth are often the keys to survival. Its fur is a miniature ecosystem, hosting algae that provide camouflage and moths that lay their eggs there. The algae tint the sloth's coat green, blending it seamlessly into the leafy backdrop, while the moths, in turn, fertilize the algae with their waste, a delicate cycle of life within life. The canopy is also filled with sound, much of it coming from the howler monkey. The air vibrates with their deep, resonant calls, echoing through the tangled branches and across the misty expanse. This primate has earned its name, producing one of the loudest calls in the animal kingdom. The howler monkey's enlarged hyoid bone acts as a resonating chamber, amplifying its voice to a thunderous roar. Its guttural roaring howls can travel up to 3 miles through the dense forest. These calls pierce the dawn mist, a signal to all who dwell in the treetops that a new day has begun. These calls are not a sign of aggression, but a way for different groups to mark their territory and communicate with one another, avoiding physical conflict. The soundscape of the canopy is a complex language, a tapestry of signals and warnings woven through the leaves. The sound of a howler monkey at dawn is one of the most iconic and unforgettable experiences of the Amazon, a powerful announcement that the forest is awake and alive. As the sun rises, beams of light pierce the mist, illuminating the treetops in a golden glow. It's a sound that defines the acoustic landscape of the treetops. The chorus of calls, chirps, and rustles forms a living symphony, each note a testament to the diversity and vitality of this elevated world. Swinging through the branches with breathtaking agility is the spider monkey. Its long limbs and prehensile tail allow it to navigate the tangled canopy with ease, leaping from branch to branch in a display of aerial mastery. This primate is a true arboreal acrobat, perfectly adapted for a life in the trees. Its hands and feet are shaped for grasping, and its tail acts as a fifth limb, providing balance and grip as it moves through the uppermost branches. Its most remarkable feature is its prehensile tail, which acts like a fifth limb. The tip of the tail is bare and sensitive, capable of feeling and gripping even the thinnest twigs. This strong, flexible tail can grip branches securely, allowing the spider monkey to move with incredible speed and grace, sometimes reaching up to 15 miles per hour as it travels from tree to tree. The spider monkey's movements are a blur of energy, a testament to the evolutionary arms race that has shaped life in the canopy. This ability allows it to cover large distances in search of ripe fruit, making it an important seed disperser for many tree species. As it feasts, it unwittingly sows the next generation of the forest, ensuring the continued vitality of the treetop ecosystem. The spider monkey's fluid movements are a beautiful display of adaptation to the three-dimensional world of the canopy. Every leap, swing, and grasp is a calculated risk, a dance with gravity high above the forest floor. The treetops are also home to a dazzling array of birds, perhaps none more iconic than the toucan. Its plumage is a burst of colour against the endless green, a living jewel among the leaves. With its enormous, brightly coloured beak, the toucan is one of the most recognisable birds in the world. The beak's serrated edges help it grip slippery fruit, while its vivid hues may play a role in attracting mates or deterring rivals. This beak, while it looks heavy, is surprisingly lightweight because it is mostly hollow. Its structure is a marvel of natural engineering, strong yet light enough to wield with precision. It serves multiple purposes, helping the toucan reach fruit on branches too thin to support its weight and acting as a radiator, dissipating excess heat in the tropical sun. The toucan's beak is a tool, a weapon, and a cooling system all in one. By eating fruit and spreading seeds across the forest, toucans play a vital role in the regeneration and health of the canopy, a colourful gardener of the Amazon's highest realm. Each flight, each meal, is a thread in the intricate web of life that binds the treetops together. The branches themselves are alive with epiphytes, bromeliads and orchids that collect rainwater in their leaves, creating miniature ponds. These tiny reservoirs become homes for frogs, insects, and even small fish, forming self-contained worlds suspended in the air. Ants march in endless columns, some species forming living bridges with their bodies to cross gaps between leaves. Leafcutter ants harvest fragments of foliage, carrying them back to their nests to cultivate fungus, a vital food source in the treetop larder. Even amphibians have found ways to thrive here. Gliding frogs leap from leaf to leaf, spreading their webbed feet to parachute through the air, while their sticky toes allow them to cling to the slick surfaces of bromeliads and mossy branches. Orchid bees, shimmering with iridescent colours, flit from flower to flower, pollinating the canopy's most delicate blooms. Their journeys ensure the survival of countless plant species, each one a vital link in the treetop chain. In this world above the world, every inch is alive. The canopy is a living tapestry, woven from the threads of countless lives, each one adapted to the challenges and opportunities of life in the sky. Here, the struggle for light, food, and space has given rise to some of the most extraordinary adaptations on Earth, making the treetops of the Amazon a true masterpiece of evolution. Beneath the dense canopy, the forest floor is a world of shadow and shade, where only a small fraction of sunlight penetrates. This is the understory, a realm of decomposition and hidden life. Here, vibrant colors can often be a warning sign. The poison dart frog, for example, is a tiny amphibian adorned with brilliant hues of blue, yellow, red, and orange. These colors are not for beauty, but for defense, a clear signal to predators that it is highly toxic. The frog's skin contains a potent neurotoxin called batrachotoxin, one of the most powerful poisons found in nature. This defense mechanism allows the tiny frog to move about the leaf litter during the day with relative safety. The forest floor is also the domain of vast organized societies. Leafcutter ants march in long, determined lines, each ant carrying a piece of a leaf many times its own weight. They're not eating the leaves. Instead, they're taking them to vast underground nests that can be up to 26 feet wide. Inside these subterranean cities, which can house millions of individuals, the ants use the leaves to cultivate a specific type of fungus. This fungus is their primary food source. This complex symbiotic relationship between ant and fungus is a remarkable example of agriculture in the animal kingdom, managed by a highly sophisticated social structure. Patience is a key virtue for predators on the forest floor, and few are more patient than the Goliath tarantula. This massive spider is an ambush predator, relying on stealth rather than a web to catch its food. It waits motionlessly, often in a burrow or under a log, for an unsuspecting victim to wander by. The sensitive hairs on its legs can detect the slightest vibrations in the ground, alerting it to the presence of prey like insects, lizards, or even small rodents. When the moment is right, it lunges forward with surprising speed, using fangs nearly an inch long to inject a paralyzing venom. It is a silent and effective hunter of the undergrowth. The very foundation of this entire ecosystem is the soil and the network of life within it. The Amazon soil stores over 100 billion tons of carbon, making it a critical component in the global carbon cycle. This soil is enriched by a hidden world of fungi. Over 2,000 species of fungi form a symbiotic network with the roots of the trees, known as a mycorrhizal network. This underground nervous system connects different trees, allowing them to share nutrients and even send warning signals to each other. This intricate web of life on the forest floor is the engine of the rainforest, recycling nutrients and sustaining the immense growth above. Decomposers like earthworms and beetles play a crucial role in breaking down organic matter, turning dead leaves and wood into rich, fertile soil. The roots of the trees absorb these nutrients, fueling their growth and maintaining the forest's lush canopy. New life constantly emerges from the forest floor, with seedlings and saplings pushing through the soil, ready to join the towering giants above. Rainfall is a vital component, replenishing the soil's moisture and sustaining the myriad forms of life that call the forest floor home. After the rain, the forest floor comes alive with activity, as plants and animals take advantage of the fresh, moist environment. At dawn, the forest floor is a place of quiet beauty, with dew-covered leaves and the soft hum of insects beginning their day. The forest floor is the foundation of the Amazon, a complex and dynamic world that supports the incredible diversity of life above. Unlike temperate forests that shift through 4 distinct seasons, the Amazon rainforest pulses to a different beat, one orchestrated by the rise and fall of water. Here the year is divided into 2 dominant phases: the rainy season and the dry season, each bringing dramatic transformations to the landscape and its inhabitants. From December to May, the rainy season arrives with relentless downpours. Towering clouds gather above the canopy, unleashing torrents that soak the earth and saturate the air with humidity. Rivers respond swiftly, swelling with the influx of rainwater. Their banks overflow, and water levels surge by as much as 10 to 15 feet, submerging vast expanses of forest. This annual inundation, known as the Igapo, transforms millions of hectares of forest into a submerged world. Tree trunks rise from the murky water, their roots hidden beneath the flood. For the Amazon's wildlife, the floodwaters signal a time of abundance and adaptation. Creatures emerge from shelter, taking advantage of the new aquatic environment. Beneath the surface, the flooded forest becomes a vast nursery. Around 60% of the region's fish species synchronize their breeding with the high water, laying eggs among submerged roots and branches where their young are sheltered from predators. The forest itself is transformed into a labyrinth of waterways. Sunlight filters through the canopy, illuminating a maze where fish, amphibians, and aquatic insects thrive. Terrestrial animals such as capybaras and tapirs must adapt to the waterlogged world. They wade through the shallows, foraging for food in places that were dry just months before. Apex predators like the jaguar become even more versatile, swimming between islands of trees and climbing along the water's edge to hunt for prey that is now scattered and elusive. Fish glide among the submerged trunks, feasting on fruits and seeds that drop from above, dispersing the forest's bounty and helping to regenerate the ecosystem. For the giant otter, the expanded waterways offer new hunting grounds. Yet, with prey more widely dispersed, every meal requires greater effort and skill. The flood is a force of renewal, forging a deep connection between river and forest. Nutrients are carried far and wide, enriching the soil and sustaining life at every level. As the rains subside and the dry season takes hold from July to December, the Amazon undergoes another transformation. The river retreats, revealing a parched and altered landscape. Water levels drop, exposing broad sandbanks and muddy shores. Channels that once teemed with fish become isolated pools, trapping aquatic life in shrinking refugees. For some animals, these exposed areas are a seasonal banquet. Opportunistic feeders gather at the water's edge, taking advantage of the abundance of stranded fish and invertebrates. Wading birds, such as herons and egrets, flock to the shallows, their keen eyes scanning for easy prey in the receding pools. Yet for others, the dry season brings heightened risk. Animals must approach the riverbanks with caution as the shrinking water sources become hotspots for predators. Black caimans and anacondas lie in wait, their hunting grounds now concentrated. The odds of a successful ambush increase as thirsty animals gather at the water's edge. The forest itself becomes drier and more open. Sunlight penetrates deeper and the undergrowth thins, altering the microclimate and the behavior of countless species. One of the dry season's most remarkable features is the emergence of mineral-rich clay licks along exposed riverbanks and forest clearings. Here, animals gather in large numbers, drawn by the essential minerals found in the soil, nutrients that are scarce in their regular diets of leaves and fruit. Parrots and other birds consume the clay, which helps neutralize toxins from unripe fruits and provides vital sodium and other minerals. These clay licks become vibrant social centers, attracting flocks of macaws, herds of peccaries, and troops of monkeys, all seeking the life-sustaining minerals. But the congregation of so many animals also draws the attention of predators. The clay licks become arenas of tension, where every movement is watched and every sound analyzed. Jaguars, masters of stealth, use the cover of the forest and the predictability of these gatherings to launch sudden, decisive attacks. The Amazon's seasonal cycle is a relentless dance of abundance and scarcity, adaptation and survival. Each year, the flood and drought carve new challenges and opportunities, shaping the destinies of every creature that calls this extraordinary wilderness home. The Amazon, though most often linked with Brazil, is in truth a continental masterpiece, and the Colombian Amazon stands as a living testament to the region's astonishing biodiversity. Here, the rainforest is not a monolith, but a tapestry of microcosms, each a world unto itself, shaped by subtle shifts in elevation, rainfall, and soil. Colombia's natural contrasts are profound. The snow-capped summits of the Andes, the sprawling Orinoco plains, and the emerald rainforests of the Pacific coast all converge to create a landscape of endless variety. This convergence gives rise to a mosaic of ecosystems where rainforest, mountain, and wetland meet, each harboring its own intricate web of life, finely tuned to its environment. In the mist-laden Andean cloud forests, the Andean cock of the rock displays its vivid scarlet plumage, a living jewel adapted to the perpetual twilight beneath the canopy. These forests are also sanctuaries for hummingbirds. 147 species each evolved to exploit a particular flower, their iridescent feathers flashing as they hover in search of nectar. Beyond the mountains, the Orinoco Basin stretches eastward, a vast, seasonally flooded expanse where water and land merge in a shifting dance, creating ephemeral habitats that pulse with life. Within these wetlands, the Orinoco crocodile endures, a relic of ancient times, its survival now precarious, with fewer than 1,500 individuals remaining in the wild. The capybara, the world's largest rodent, thrives here in social groups, grazing at the water's edge and swimming through the flooded grasslands, perfectly attuned to the rhythms of the wet season. In the open savannas, the elusive mountain lion stalks its prey, a silent guardian of the grasslands, its presence a reminder of the delicate balance between predator and prey. The seasonal inundation transforms the Orinoco plains into a haven for birds, herons, ibises, and countless others, each species exploiting the fleeting abundance brought by the rising waters. Along the Pacific coast, the Choco rainforest stands as one of the planet's wettest and most biologically rich realms, its canopy perpetually shrouded in mist and rain. Here, the forest floor teems with life, rare insects, amphibians, and reptiles, each adapted to the relentless humidity and darkness beneath the towering trees. The basilisk lizard, a marvel of adaptation, sprints across the water's surface, its speed and agility a remarkable evolutionary response to predation. The golden poison frog, no larger than a thumb, harbors a chemical arsenal in its skin, one of nature's most potent toxins, a defense honed by millennia of evolutionary arms races. Offshore, the Pacific currents swirl with life. Hammerhead sharks glide through the blue, their unique silhouettes a testament to the ocean's evolutionary creativity. The Pacific coastline itself is a living boundary, where nutrient-rich waters sustain a dazzling array of marine species from tiny plankton to apex predators. Each year, the arrival of humpback whales transforms these waters into a nursery, as mothers and calves navigate the gentle swells, their songs echoing through the deep. To witness these leviathans breach and play is to glimpse the grandeur of life's cycles, played out on a scale both intimate and immense. Their cooperative bubble net feeding is a ballet of precision and instinct, a strategy that reveals the intelligence and social complexity of these ocean giants. From the shadowed depths of the rainforest to the sunlit crests of the Andes and the teeming Pacific, Colombia's wild places are a living microcosm, each ecosystem a chapter in the grand narrative of evolution, resilience, and wonder. The Amazon, a vast and ancient wilderness, is now sending unmistakable signals that its resilience is being tested as never before. Across this immense green expanse, the warning signs are multiplying, each one a testament to the mounting pressures threatening the heart of the rainforest. The most visible and devastating threat is deforestation. From above, scars of bare earth and fallen trunks stretch for miles, where once an unbroken canopy teemed with life. In the last half-century, more than 20% of the Amazon has been stripped away, replaced by cattle pastures and sprawling fields. The relentless expansion of agriculture, mining and logging has left behind a patchwork of fragmented forests, disrupting the delicate balance of this ecosystem. Satellite images reveal the forest's retreat year after year. Scientists warn that if this pace continues, up to 40% of the original rainforest could vanish by 2050, forever altering the region's climate and biodiversity. The loss is not just measured in trees. Every acre cleared erases a living network of plants, insects, and animals, many found nowhere else on Earth. The Amazon's intricate web of life is unraveling, species by species. Each year, hundreds of new species are discovered in the depths of the forest, yet countless others may disappear before they are even known to science. The rainforest's secrets are slipping away, lost to chainsaws and flames. Climate change is amplifying these dangers. Prolonged droughts parch the land, leaving once lush groves brittle and vulnerable. Trees, stressed by heat and lack of water, shed their leaves and die, their skeletons standing as stark reminders of a changing world. In recent years, the Amazon has endured record-breaking droughts. Rivers that once surged with life now shrink to cracked beds of mud, stranding boats and isolating remote corners of the forest. The Negro River, a vital artery of the Amazon, has reached its lowest levels in over a century. Exposed sandbanks and dying trees line its banks, a stark contrast to the river's usual abundance. As waters recede, ancient petroglyphs emerge from the river stones, silent witnesses to cycles of drought and flood that have shaped this land for millennia. Their sudden appearance is a reminder of the Amazon's deep history and of the extraordinary changes now underway. The convergence of drought and deforestation creates a dangerous feedback loop. As the forest dries, it becomes more susceptible to fire, and as fires rage, they further dry and fragment the land. The forest floor, once damp and shaded, is now littered with brittle leaves and branches. This tinderbox environment is primed for ignition. Wildfires, once rare in the humid Amazon, now sweep through vast tracts of forest. Flames leap from tree to tree, consuming everything in their path and releasing vast stores of carbon into the atmosphere. Thick smoke hangs over the canopy, turning day to dusk and choking the air for miles around. The haze drifts for hundreds of kilometers, a visible sign of the rainforest's distress. Pollution adds another layer of danger. Illegal gold mining releases toxic mercury into the rivers, contaminating the water and poisoning the creatures that depend on it. Fish float lifeless in polluted streams, and the ripple effects of contamination spread through the food chain, weakening the entire ecosystem. Warning signs dot the landscape: dying forests, parched riverbeds, and posted alerts about water quality. Each is a signal that the Amazon's health is failing. The forest is shrinking, hemmed in by roads and settlements. Patches of jungle stand isolated, cut off from the vast wilderness that once connected them. The Amazon is a fragile, interconnected system. When one part is damaged, the effects ripple outward, threatening rare species and the intricate relationships that sustain them. The silence in once vibrant clearings, the charred remains of ancient trees, and the empty riverbeds are all messages written across the land, urgent warnings that cannot be ignored. The world is witnessing the slow disappearance of its greatest rainforest. With every acre lost, we lose a vital regulator of the planet's climate and a priceless storehouse of life. Yet, even as the warning signs grow more urgent, there are glimmers of hope. In places where the forest is protected and allowed to recover, life returns. The future of the Amazon and the stability of our climate depends on whether we heed these warnings and act before the balance is lost forever. The Amazon stands at a crossroads, its future shaped by the choices we make today and the relentless forces of nature that have governed it for millennia. Despite the mounting pressures of deforestation, climate change, and habitat fragmentation, the forest's resilience is profound. Each dawn, the Amazon breathes out clouds of vapor, cycling water and life across the continent. The Amazon's vast web of rivers and tributaries acts as the planet's circulatory system, nourishing an ecosystem that supports more than 10% of all known species. Its seasonal floods and droughts shape the land, dictating the rhythm of life for plants and animals alike. The future of the Amazon is inseparable from its biodiversity, from the smallest insects recycling nutrients on the forest floor to apex predators maintaining balance. Every organism plays a role in the forest's intricate tapestry. Yet the loss of habitat threatens to unravel this complexity. Species with specialized niches face extinction as their homes disappear, and the delicate equilibrium of the ecosystem is put at risk. Scientific projections warn that if current trends continue, vast stretches of the Amazon could reach a tipping point, transforming from lush rainforest into dry savanna, with devastating consequences for global climate and biodiversity. However, the Amazon's capacity for regeneration is remarkable. Where forests have been cleared, new growth can take root, if given the chance. Natural succession, aided by the dispersal of seeds by wind, water, and wildlife, slowly knits the landscape back together. Protecting large, contiguous tracts of forest is essential. These strongholds serve as refuges for wildlife, genetic reservoirs for future generations, and buffers against the encroachment of human activity. The Amazon's future also depends on the health of its waterways and the continued movement of its animal inhabitants. Migratory species, from fish to birds, connect distant parts of the forest, ensuring the flow of nutrients and the resilience of the ecosystem. The forest's natural cycles, decomposition, growth, and renewal, are its greatest defense against adversity. By maintaining these processes, the Amazon can continue to store vast amounts of carbon, regulate the planet's climate, and sustain life. The path forward is not without challenges, but with rigorous scientific monitoring, adaptive management, and a commitment to preserving the Amazon's wild heart, there remains a realistic hope for its survival. The Amazon's fate will be determined not only by human intervention, but by the enduring power of nature itself. In the end, the forest's future is a testament to resilience, an ongoing story written in green, water, and life. If we act with humility and respect for the natural world, the Amazon can continue to thrive, its rivers flowing, its canopy alive with the calls of countless species, and its legacy enduring for generations yet to come. As the sun dips below the horizon, the Amazon transforms. Daylight's chorus fades, replaced by a tapestry of sounds that signal the beginning of an entirely new chapter, the world of the night. In the inky darkness, the forest awakens with a different kind of energy. Bats, silent architects of the ecosystem, emerge from their roosts in search of fruit and nectar. Their wings beat softly through the humid air, pollinating flowers that only bloom after dusk, ensuring the next generation of trees and plants. On the forest floor, the leaf litter stirs. Armored armadillos shuffle through the undergrowth, their sensitive noses seeking out insects and fallen fruit. Nearby, a rarely seen ocelot glides between shafts of moonlight, its spotted coat blending effortlessly with the dappled shadows. This elusive feline relies on stealth and patience, stalking unsuspecting prey that venture too far from safety. High above, the trees become a stage for the night's acrobats. Night monkeys, with their oversized eyes adapted for low light, leap from branch to branch. Their soft calls echo through the canopy, signaling family members as they forage for ripe figs and insects. The air is thick with the flutter of moths, some as large as a human hand, drawn to the fragrance of night-blooming blossoms. Amphibians claim the waterways as their own. Glass frogs, nearly transparent, cling to leaves above slow-moving streams, their bodies shimmering in the moonlight. Their delicate calls form a gentle chorus, competing with the deeper croaks of giant smoky jungle frogs hidden along the banks. The nocturnal world is not without its dangers. Electric eels pulse through blackwater creeks, using bursts of electricity to navigate and hunt in the pitch-black depths. On overhanging branches, the red eyes of a caiman break the water's surface, motionless and patient, waiting for an opportunity to strike. Above it all, the forest's microclimate shifts, temperatures drop and mist rises from the ground, blurring the boundaries between land and air. Bioluminescent fungi glow faintly on fallen logs, casting an otherworldly light that reveals the intricate patterns of beetles and ants going about their secretive business. In the Amazon at night, every sense is heightened. Predators and prey move with caution, guided by instinct and adaptation honed over millennia. The darkness is not an absence, but a canvas, painted with life, movement, and the unending rhythms of the wild. As dawn approaches, the nocturnal world retreats, leaving behind subtle traces, a broken twig, a feather, the faint glow of fungus. The forest readies itself for another day, the cycle of life and mystery continuing, undisturbed and eternal. Beneath the towering giants and tangled vines, the Amazon harbors some of the planet's most extraordinary plants, living treasures rarely glimpsed, but vital to the forest's intricate web of life. Emerging from the leaf-littered shadows, the mysterious giant water lily unfurls its dinner-plate-sized leaves across secluded oxbow lakes. These floating platforms provide shelter for tiny frogs and insects, while their night-blooming flowers lure specialized beetles with a subtle, sweet fragrance. As dawn breaks, the petals close, trapping the beetles inside, ensuring pollination before releasing them back to the wild. In the dappled understory, the ghostly white blooms of the Amazonian corpseflower draw pollinators from afar. Despite its pungent aroma, this rare titan is a beacon for carrion beetles and flies, who unwittingly carry its pollen across the forest floor. Each blossom's fleeting appearance is an event, supporting an entire micro-community of insects and scavengers. Clinging to ancient trees, the elusive epiphytic orchids display a kaleidoscope of colors. Some mimic the appearance and scent of female bees, tricking male insects into a dance of mistaken identity that ensures their survival. Others bloom only in response to the rarest rainfall, their brief beauty a signal for pollinators to gather. Hidden among the roots, the Brazil nut tree stands as a silent giant, its fate entwined with the tiny, hard-working orchid bee. Only these bees possess the strength and skill to pry open the tree's intricate flowers and complete the cycle of pollination. The result? Massive woody fruits that crash to the forest floor, feeding agoutis and scatter-hoarding rodents who disperse the seeds and guarantee the next generation. Far above, the canopy hosts bromeliads, natural rainwater reservoirs. Their tightly packed leaves collect gallons of water, creating miniature ponds that teem with life. Tadpoles, insects, and even tiny snakes find sanctuary in these leafy basins, their fates linked to the survival of their plant hosts. In every hidden corner, rare plants shape the Amazon's destiny. They filter the air, stabilize the soil, and sustain countless lives, each a vital thread in the tapestry of the rainforest. Their secrets remain mostly unseen, yet their influence is everywhere, woven into the very heart of this living wonder. As the day unfolds, the hidden jewels of the Amazon continue their silent work, quiet architects of the world's greatest forest, sustaining life in ways both subtle and profound. Beneath the emerald canopy, a hidden world hums with tireless activity, a realm ruled not by giants, but by creatures measured in millimeters. The Amazon's insects, numbering in the millions of species, form the living gears that keep the rainforest's great machine in motion. Amid dappled sunlight, leaf-cutter ants carve emerald highways through the undergrowth. Working in unison, these tireless foragers carry fragments of leaves back to subterranean citadels, vast underground cities that can house millions. But these leaves are not for food. Instead, they are the substrate for a carefully cultivated fungus, tended by the ants with agricultural precision. In return, the fungus feeds the colony, forging a symbiotic pact that has endured for millions of years. On a nearby branch, the Amazonian lanternfly clings motionless, its elongated snout resembling a twig. When threatened, it reveals wings painted with dazzling eye spots, startling would-be predators in a flash of color. Not far away, the glass-wing butterfly flutters through shafts of light, its delicate, transparent wings rendering it nearly invisible, a master of evasion in a forest teeming with hungry eyes. High in the canopy, the bullet ant prowls, its sting infamous, its presence respected. These formidable insects defend their territory with unmatched ferocity, their painful bite a warning to all who dare approach their nest. Yet the bullet ant's venom is more than a weapon. It plays a role in deterring herbivores, shaping the very structure of the forest around them. In the stillness of the night, bioluminescent click beetles ignite the darkness. Their glowing spots serve as beacons to mates and as warnings to predators, transforming the forest floor into a star-studded stage. Meanwhile, assassin bugs lie in wait, perfectly camouflaged, ready to ambush unsuspecting prey with swift surgical strikes. Hovering above pools trapped in bromeliads, the dazzling heliconia butterfly sips nectar, unknowingly transferring pollen from blossom to blossom. Nearby, the tiny orchid bee, dusted with golden pollen, embarks on a relentless quest for fragrant oils, essential ingredients for its intricate courtship rituals. Everywhere, insects shape the Amazon's fate. They pollinate rare flowers, recycle decaying matter, and provide sustenance for countless other creatures. Their complex networks of cooperation, competition, and mimicry weave a silent, ever-changing drama beneath the leaves. In this miniature metropolis, the smallest residents wield the greatest influence. Their unseen labor sustains the giants above, proof that in the Amazon, greatness is often found in the tiniest forms of life. Above the endless emerald expanse, the Amazon's sky is a restless stage where elemental forces dictate the rhythm of life below. Each morning, thick mists rise from the forest floor, carrying the breath of millions of leaves into the dawn. These vapors swirl and gather, forming billowing clouds that drift in slow procession across the canopy. As midday approaches, the air grows heavy, charged with anticipation. Towering cumulonimbus clouds, sculpted by unseen winds, cast immense shadows over the treetops. Suddenly, the silence fractures. A downpour erupts, drumming on leaves with relentless energy. In minutes, the forest transforms. Streams swell and overflow, nourishing roots and replenishing the intricate network of rivers that lace through the undergrowth. With the rain comes renewal. Seeds, dormant in the soil, sense the shifting moisture and begin to awaken. Epiphytes soak up water from every surface, their roots clinging to branches high above the ground. Frogs emerge from hiding, their calls echoing through the thick, humid air, while leaf litter and fallen logs become vibrant nurseries for amphibians and insects alike. But the Amazon's weather is not always gentle. Fierce storms can bring powerful winds, toppling giants and opening sunlit gaps in the canopy. These clearings invite a burst of new growth, saplings racing toward the light, vines weaving upward in a contest for the precious sun. In their wake, scavengers and opportunists thrive, turning chaos into opportunity. Even the dry season holds sway. As rainfall ebbs, rivers retreat, exposing sandbanks and concentrating aquatic life. Fish and caimans gather in shrinking pools, while birds and mammals roam wider in search of water. The forest adjusts, each organism attuned to the subtle signals of the shifting sky. Every drop of rain, every gust of wind, shapes the Amazon's destiny. In this vast, living laboratory, weather is not merely backdrop, it is a vital architect, sculpting landscapes, driving cycles of abundance and scarcity, and ensuring that the great rainforest endures, season after season. Beneath the lush canopy and among tangled roots, an ancient drama unfolds in the world of the Amazon's amphibians and reptiles. Cloaked in scales or slick with moisture, these creatures are masters of adaptation. Each species evolved to thrive in the rainforest's shifting mosaic of water, shadow, and sun. Tree frogs adorned in brilliant greens and electric blues, perch silently on broad leaves. Their skin, both barrier and sensor, absorbs moisture from the air, allowing them to breathe even as they remain perfectly still, hidden from predators and poised to ambush unsuspecting insects. Some, like the poison dart frogs, advertise their toxicity in dazzling colors, a vivid warning to would-be hunters. Others rely on camouflage, merging seamlessly with moss, bark, or leaf litter, vanishing from sight with a single leap. On the forest floor, snakes glide silently through the undergrowth. The emerald tree boa coils among branches, its prehensile tail anchoring it high above the ground as it waits for the subtle rustle of prey. The bushmaster, a master of patience, lies motionless for hours, its cryptic pattern blending perfectly with the fallen leaves, ready to strike in a heartbeat. These reptiles are both predators and prey, vital links in the intricate web of rainforest life. Turtles and caimans patrol the waterways, their armored bodies built for survival. During the dry season, aquatic turtles bury themselves in mud, entering a state of suspended animation until the rains return. Caimans guard the shrinking pools, their watchful eyes just above the surface. When the floods arrive, they become swift hunters, keeping fish populations in check and maintaining the balance of river ecosystems. Each amphibian and reptile plays a crucial role. Frogs and toads help control insect populations, while their permeable skin makes them sensitive indicators of environmental health. Snakes regulate rodent numbers, and turtles aid in dispersing seeds, ensuring new growth along riverbanks and forest paths. Survival in the Amazon demands ingenuity, whether it's the glass frog's transparent belly, revealing its beating heart to the world, or the anaconda's ability to vanish beneath murky waters, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Together, these survivors in scales and skin embody the resilience and diversity of the rainforest, guarding ancient secrets and sustaining the pulse of one of Earth's greatest wildernesses. Across the endless green tapestry of the Amazon, life is not lived alone. Every leaf, every wing, every scale is part of a vast invisible network, woven together by partnerships that shape the fate of the forest. Here, symbiosis is the silent architect, forging unexpected alliances that sustain the very heartbeat of the jungle. High in the canopy, the towering Cecropia tree stands as a fortress for armies of Azteca ants. In exchange for shelter within hollow stems and a steady diet of sugary sap, the ants become fierce guardians. They patrol the leaves, driving away hungry herbivores and pruning invading vines, ensuring their host thrives above the competition. This mutual pact allows both ant and tree to flourish, their destinies forever entwined. On the forest floor, a different partnership unfolds. Leafcutter ants march in endless columns, harvesting fragments of greenery, not for themselves, but to feed an underground fungus. This cultivated fungus becomes their sole food source, while the ants provide it with nourishment and protection from pests. In this subterranean farm, both species depend entirely on one another, each unable to survive without the other's care. Elsewhere, the tiny cleaner fish, known as Corydorus, gather at riverbanks where turtles and caimans bask. As the reptiles rest, the fish move in, nibbling away parasites and dead skin. This gentle cleaning relieves the reptiles of irritants, while the fish find a ready feast, an exchange that keeps both populations healthy. Symbiosis also threads through the air. Bromeliad plants cradle pools of rainwater in their leaf axils, creating miniature ponds suspended above the ground. Within these tiny worlds, tadpoles, insect larvae, and even small frogs find refuge, protected from larger predators below. In return, the waste from these tenants nourishes the bromeliad, providing essential nutrients in the nutrient-poor canopy. Even among the smallest, life is interlinked. Certain orchids rely on a single species of bee for pollination, their shapes and scents evolved in perfect harmony. The bee, in turn, depends on the flower's nectar, a relationship so precise that the disappearance of one would spell doom for the other. In the Amazon, survival is not a solitary struggle but a collective endeavor. Through alliances, both subtle and spectacular, the forest is held together, each species a vital thread in a living web of connection. These symbiotic relationships are the quiet force that shapes the rainforest, ensuring its resilience and astonishing diversity for generations yet to come. Beneath the vibrant canopy, where sunlight barely touches the ground, the Amazon's true engine is always at work, an endless cycle of decay and renewal. Here, nothing is wasted. Fallen giants, trees that have stood for centuries, collapse with a thunderous crash, their trunks quickly colonized by fungi and mosses. Insects swarm to the feast, breaking down wood into soil, while beetles and termites tunnel through the debris, accelerating its return to the earth. As leaves and branches decompose, a silent transformation unfolds. Nutrients locked away in life are released back into the soil, creating a fertile bed for new growth. Seedlings push upward, racing to claim the light, nourished by the remains of their predecessors. Even the forest floor, often overlooked, is a bustling realm of recyclers, millipedes, earthworms, and bacteria working in concert to turn death into life. Throughout the year, the Amazon pulses with the rhythm of these natural processes. Floods sweep through low-lying areas, scattering seeds and organic matter across the landscape. As waters recede, a fresh layer of silt remains, a foundation for the next generation. Fires, sparked by lightning, occasionally clear patches of forest, creating openings where sun-loving plants can take root. This cycle is neither gentle nor cruel. It is the heartbeat of the Amazon, ensuring that every ending feeds a new beginning. In this world, decay is not an end, but a vital stage in the story of renewal, a process that has shaped the rainforest for millions of years and will continue as long as the forest endures. Deep beneath the tangled roots and ancient soils of the Amazon lies a world few ever imagine, a labyrinth of hidden caves and underground chambers, sculpted over millennia by the slow, persistent work of water and time. Here, in the cool darkness far from the reach of sunlight, life takes on extraordinary forms. The air is thick with humidity, echoing with the slow drip of mineral-rich water as it carves delicate stalactites and pools into the stone. Blind cavefish, their bodies translucent and eyes vestigial, navigate by touch and vibration, thriving in perpetual twilight. Delicate fungi cling to damp walls, their pale filaments weaving intricate networks that feed on minerals and organic debris washed in from above. In these subterranean realms, entire communities exist in quiet isolation. Tiny crustaceans sift through the silty water, while colonies of bats roost in shadowed chambers, their guano nourishing unique assemblages of beetles and microbes. Some chambers are home to rare amphibians, adapted to the darkness with heightened senses and ghostly coloration. Roots from towering trees above snake down through fissures, searching for water and anchorage, bridging the world of light and the world of shadow. Occasionally, a shaft of sunlight pierces the gloom, illuminating a hidden oasis where mosses and ferns thrive in the filtered glow. These underground ecosystems are as vital to the rainforest as the canopy above, quietly regulating water flow, storing nutrients, and sheltering species found nowhere else on Earth. In the Amazon, even the unseen depths are alive with mystery and resilience, reminding us that the heart of the forest beats not only above ground, but in the silent, shadowy veins beneath our feet. Across the vast expanse of the Amazon, an ancient rhythm pulses, a choreography of movement performed by countless migratory species. Here, journeys unfold on a scale both grand and minute, as animals respond to the subtle cues of shifting seasons, rainfall, and the call of distant feeding grounds. High above the emerald canopy, flocks of scarlet macaws wheel through the sky, their raucous calls echoing as they travel between fruiting trees scattered miles apart. Each year, millions of birds, parrots, tanagers, and swifts embark on epic migrations, tracing invisible routes that span continents. Some, like the fork-tailed flycatcher, journey thousands of kilometers, their fragile bodies propelled by instinct and the promise of abundance. Beneath the surface of the Amazon's winding rivers, another migration takes place. Vast schools of catfish and characins sense the arrival of the rainy season, setting off on long upstream voyages to reach ancient spawning grounds. These underwater travelers navigate by smell and the subtle shifts in water chemistry, weaving through labyrinthine channels in search of the perfect place to give life to the next generation. In the flooded forests, pink river dolphins follow the rising waters, gliding silently through submerged groves in pursuit of fish drawn to the newly inundated floodplains. Along muddy banks, the giant river turtle begins its annual pilgrimage, females lumbering ashore to lay eggs in sandy nests under the watchful moon. Even the smallest creatures are swept up in these cycles. Butterflies, their wings painted with iridescent hues, drift on the wind in search of minerals and mates, forming living clouds that shimmer in the dappled light. These migrations are more than journeys. They are the lifeblood of the Amazon, forging connections between distant habitats and ensuring the survival of countless species. Each traveler, from the tiniest insect to the largest mammal, plays a part in the great web of movement that sustains the rainforest. In the Amazon, the story of migration is a testament to resilience, adaptation, and the enduring power of nature's cycles. Hidden beneath the dense undergrowth and woven into the very fabric of the forest, a secret world thrives, one shaped by the Amazon's countless fungi. In the cool, damp shadows, delicate fruiting bodies emerge from rotting logs and leaf litter, their forms as varied as the creatures that roam above. Towering bracket fungi cling to ancient tree trunks, creating intricate stairways for tiny insects. Nearby, clusters of bioluminescent mushrooms cast an eerie emerald glow, illuminating the night for those who dare to wander close. Yet these fungi are more than mere curiosities. They are the unseen engineers of the rainforest, orchestrating the cycles of decay and renewal. With every fallen leaf and decomposing branch, fungi unleash powerful enzymes, breaking down tough plant fibers and releasing vital nutrients back into the soil. This silent alchemy fuels the Amazon's relentless growth, nourishing the roots of towering trees and the smallest seedlings alike. Some fungi form intimate partnerships with plants, weaving microscopic networks called mycorrhizae around their roots. Through these threads, trees trade sugars for minerals and water, creating a vast underground marketplace that connects the entire forest. Others, like the notorious cordyceps, play a more dramatic role, invading the bodies of insects and guiding their final steps, transforming death into nourishment for new life. From the colorful cup fungi that paint the forest floor to the invisible molds that float on humid air, each species has a purpose. Together they recycle, connect, and heal the Amazon, ensuring that nothing is ever wasted and every ending becomes a new beginning. In the perpetual twilight beneath the canopy, the fungi labor unseen, silently shaping the destiny of the world's greatest rainforest.